Chickity chick. Good morning. Hope you are doing well this fabulous Saturday morning. As always, we are here live Saturday morning. I've been trying to be diligent. 8 a.m. It's like 8:02, so give me some grace. But every Saturday, just talking about the real estate market, specifically in Abbotsford and Mission, Landmark Gate, Loft Country. Good morning. Glad you could be here. And every Saturday morning, we're talking about the market here in Abbotsford, and Mission is where I do the most of my business, and more specifically, multifamily homes as well. I'm a huge advocate for multifamily homes, and I think they're the future. And so if you don't know who I am, my name is Richard Ensing, local realtor here in Mission. Been living in Mission since 2019, and I love it here. I wouldn't trade it for anything at the moment anyways. But I hope you're doing well this morning. It's going to be a fantastic day out there. Summer is finally here. Yesterday I was like, man, it's kind of hot out here. I had to turn the AC on in my truck. So it's a good sign. But looking forward to what we can come up with today. Yeah, nothing's been really prepared, which can kind of be good and bad. So what we're going to do is just look at multifamily homes that have come up this last week and see what's out there, and then just really describe what you could do with these properties, what benefits, drawbacks to each of these floor plans. And I hope there's a couple out there. I've written down some notes from a couple properties last week, so I'm curious to see if they actually sold or not. That we'll go over as well. But Barb the Hook, glad you could be here. Wherever you're tuning in from, happy that you guys are here. So without further ado, let's excuse me. I think everything's working. Last time I had my face the whole entire time, and I was just talking, and there was no screen. So hopefully you guys can see this. Hopefully, where am I going? This one. So a quick self plug here. There's a website called househacking.ca. It's a website that I've generated more so for myself because it's easy to navigate homes with suites, homes with 2 suites, coach houses, duplexes and triplexes and all that fun stuff. Obviously, you can find this information. Go, Richie. Yeah. Thanks, Barb. Obviously, you can find these things on realtor.ca and a bunch of different places, but I just made a one-stop shop for myself, really. And then if you guys find it handy as well, by all means, you can check it out. So excuse me. So there's a tab here. I'm making sure you can see that. It's called House Hacking. If you don't know what house hacking is, I put a little reel here. Basically, it's just finding ways to reduce or eliminate or completely eliminate your housing costs, because that's always going to be your number one expense, whether that's renting, whether you're buying, whether you're owning, whether you're grouping up with family, friends, strangers. It's just finding ways to reduce that cost so that you can, if you're renting, so that you can save up enough money for that down payment and buy a home, or so that you can save some extra money so that you can go on that trip, or in this day and age, things tend to be getting more and more expensive. So you could essentially just save yourself some more money, some headache, right? I think if you just look back, you talk to your grandparents, Oma and Opa, it was a lot different back then as far as the way things were. I remember talking to my Oma. She had, she remembers having the bakery out front, the butcher shop out back, uncle and aunt lived upstairs. And so do I think we're going to that? No. But do I think as far as the whole multi-generational living under one roof, 100%, I believe it. And so I'm here just to show you what's possible, what's out there. And if you find that interesting, great, stick around. If not, well, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. So that's what house hacking is. And then just looking down here, we got some searches set up. So again, depending what you're looking for, right? A home with a suite, maybe you're essentially looking for a house with just some rental income, some extra cash in the bank, or you have, I don't know, grandma or the grandparents or somebody, or your adult kids looking to live with you. And then 2 suites is kind of the same. And the coach homes, these are all more or less similar. And then there's multiplexes, which maybe you guys buy a complete duplex. There was actually a property last year that I helped a client buy that was just half a duplex and had a 2-bedroom basement suite underneath. And there was actually another coach house, or not coach house, duplex. Obviously it's a duplex, so there's one on each side. And then anyways, there's another, it's like 5 bedrooms upstairs, 2 bedrooms downstairs, and then 5 bedrooms upstairs, 2 bedrooms downstairs. So you could like essentially buy both of them and then both have suites below. I don't know, there's some pretty cool options out there. So what I think I'm gonna do here, somebody's calling me, is just start off with the multiplexes, because I started at coach homes last time. So what I'm gonna do is just look at the multiplexes, and I just want to see what's come up in the last week, and just see what's possible. Again, this is a website, househacking.ca. If you want to find it elsewhere, you can. These are these ones here, all the searches, or you can search by area, right? Depending if you're wanting to live in Langley, Aldergrove. Again, these are the areas that I service. And there's actually had a good conversation with another realtor friend of mine, and they're sorry, I was just reading my text there, about building this out more. So if you live in like Lower Mainland, Vancouver, somewhere else, the plan is to build out some more of these. So if you're looking for a website that'll have this type of information, just give me a week or two, and I'm going to be building that out as well. So if you're looking for a certain area for these types of homes, this is how you do it. Anyways, back to this here. These are so it's going to filter this for the newest ones, most recent, and just see what's out there. A duplex for sale for 1.5 billion. I don't know, what kind of homes? Put in the chat, what kind of homes would you want for a multifamily? Would it be a house as a suite, house with 2 suites, coach house, or duplex? I'm curious to know what people like. Make sure the page is working. Yeah. 1.4 million. Nice. The inside's not terrible. Jeremy John, good morning. How you doing? Doing well? Hope so. I hope so. We're just checking out right now we're just checking out some duplexes that are in Abbotsford, just seeing what's out there. But what I was going to mention is, it's funny because you go to these properties, like I went to one last night with another client of mine out in Chilliwack, and you get there, like it's like the nicest looking one of the bunch. You know, like you got high hopes for this place, and then you get there and it's like the floor, like I don't know what it's like, but like, or how to describe it, but when you're walking on a floor and like your socks just get like, they feel grimy afterwards. It was just like, just dirty. Oh yeah. My own website's telling me to sign up here. But it's just like, so where I'm going with this is just things look nice, but just be prepared that when you do go to these properties, that they may not be as nice as they look in the pictures. Because again, as a realtor, I'm guilty of it too. You take the nicest pictures, we make sure it looks beautiful in the pictures. But once you get there, you notice like little dings in the walls, little scratches, right? And the pictures, they don't tend to pick all of that up unless it's really close on something, right? So like you're just looking at things here. It's kind of a small kitchen. Some people outside. I don't know, what's been your experiences when you go look at homes? Kind of same thing. You see it online, and you go see it in pictures, and it's like completely different. Yeah. So obviously, it's not a brand new house, right? So you're like, live, laugh, love. Nice. So. I just wonder. Let's see here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't love it. Let's go back, see if there's anything else out there. Oh, living with Chris. Hey, buddy. Something with a coach house, 100%, man. I have a coach house as well at my property here, and I love it. I used to live in it and then rent out the front, and then I moved into the house, and now I rent out the coach house, and it's very versatile. There's a lot of things you can obviously do. Have with Airbnb, did that for a bit, and then you could have your parents live in there. You could rent it out. There's a couple different options, and it's just nice because it's completely separate, and so there could be, hopefully not, but there could be screaming going on, and you wouldn't even know it. But that's another story that I have currently going on. I won't get into the details, but interesting. Yeah, so this one here, this is one of the ones that I saw last week. Looks like it's still up for sale. And I actually quite like it. I think it's overpriced. But yeah, so this thing built in 1993, I think it was. Completely renovated it not so long ago. And like, hear me out. This is the thought, right? So it's listed at 1.85. I don't think it's worth that. But anyways, besides the point, you have. Oh, let me just. I didn't realize I gotta hide that. Nice. So you got 3 floors, right? You could have grandparents on the bottom, right? You could have, let's say you're the one watching, you're the one listening. Your parents are, on the main floor, or maybe they want the top floor. But essentially, like, you could have 3 generations living in this place. And the best part is that they got a storage unit. But I was let me just see it here. Getting all excited here. So yeah, parking out front, right? You got like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably another parking spot right there. Like 5 or 6 parking spots. And then these are the kitchens. Like, it's redone. It's beautiful. Right? Like, I think they did from what I can see in the pictures, they did a good job. Right? Chris, separation makes it a no-brainer. Definitely. You're probably referring to the coach house comment, but Red Rhino Rentals, happy to see you here, man. Happy to see you here. But yeah, like, it's beautiful. Right? It's like a mini condo, yet like your whole family, 3 generations live in here. Where I was getting at is this backyard. Like, come on, like you can't tell me you don't like that. That's amazing. You could have like a mass, like, so the old pictures, they had a garden here, and it was quite nice. That's the back of the building. You got the shed here. You got this whole area, right? Like, come on. So I think it is slightly overpriced, but like, Beautiful. Beautiful. Anyways, enough of that one. We'll look at that one last time. So in a situation like this, obviously you'd have to come in and bring equity. You'd probably need to, let's say hypothetically, like your grandparents own something, right? They're getting a little older. So it's like, okay, well, we need to sell anyways. And then you're your parents and you're getting a little older. And you're like, well, the house is too much because all the kids are out of the house. Well, like this thing here, you can both sell your places, buy this thing for 1.6, 1.7, or whatever they let it go for. You have, hopefully in theory, no mortgage. But even if you did, it'd be so low enough that you could rent out one of the other suites or have your adult kids live in one of them and they rent it out. Anyways, there's lots of options here. And I quite like it. So, enough of that. Nothing overly new. Like we've, excuse me, we've seen these before. So, I'm going to be moving on to the coach homes because everyone seems to be liking the coach houses. Like all the inquiries that I get on my website, I think I've gotten about 10 to 15 are just people looking for coach homes. And so, let's see here. Let's do the new. Let me just have a sip here. My smoothie. For all my smoothie peoples out there, this one's for you. All right. Let's see what this one is. 1.6. Come on now. Is there a floor plan here? No floor plan. Hold up. There might be a floor plan. I just like looking at the floor plans. A negative. Look back here. Probably has a basement suite too. So again, you rent out the coach house to whoever, and then you could probably have like your adult kids downstairs. How many kitchens does it have? 2 kitchens? $1,600 in taxes. It adds up. I don't know. Would any of you? And it's funny because I talk about this multifamily stuff, and some people are just like, I could never do that. So I'm curious. Whoever's watching right now, it's hard to see exactly who's watching. But would you live with your parents, somebody else? And I want to hear the objections. What kind of objections do you guys have? Or maybe what kind of bonuses? Yeah. Perks. Because I think there's a lot of perks to living with somebody. Right? Shared cost is obviously the biggest one. And then let's say you have like a built-in babysitter. You have your grandparents downstairs. You want to go out. Well, you just like unlock the door so now your grandparents can come up the stairs, or vice versa. Them come downstairs. Right? I don't know. I'm gonna build out a long list of perks because I feel like there's a lot. All right, enough of that one. It's just unfortunate. There's no like Mission, my hometown. Interesting. I've seen this one for sale before. I've seen this one for sale before. Hold up. This one's been for sale before. Can't remember if it sold last time or not. If my internet pays attention. Yeah, I guess it was for sale a while ago, but just look at that, right? Like they bought it for 2.1 and now it's 1.75. It's insane. It's kind of unfortunate because I'm sure that means something's going on. Something's going on. But let's look at the rest of the pictures here. Chris, what do you got there? He says it's tricky, but if everyone gets along, it would be great for all the right reasons. Like you said, babysitter, take care of the old family members. The list goes on. No, you're 100% right there, Chris, because like, I don't know. Like my grandparents, they're both in homes. And like, how many times do you visit your grandparents that are in the home? Maybe you do a lot. Truthfully, I don't do it enough, honestly. And so I'm thinking, like, my parents are going to get older. Like, do I want them to be in a home? No. Would I want them to be like in a basement suite or in a coach home or like a ground floor rancher that's like off to the side? Like, totally. I think everybody would want that. Right. And obviously some people it's not financially in the cards for them. So it's hard. I get that. But I think that's why it's just so important to live below your means, in terms of house hack or just multifamily living, where you can start that now. So it's not such a big burden, 20 years from now when you're. So, no, I'm a huge advocate for it. It's family's all you got. Right. And sometimes people don't even have that. And so I think the family, whether it's a friend, family, or somebody close, it doesn't have to be blood, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of benefits. Happiness. Right. Even just like the wisdom that the elderly people have. I think it's great. So I wanted to look fast forward here and see the kitchens. Look at that hood fan, man. That thing's nuts. Wolf. Sounds expensive. Sounds expensive. Who doesn't want a pool? I've never had a pool, but anybody in this audience here had a pool? Huh. Oh, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Again, no floor plan. It's baloney. Again, I just have a gripe with people who don't do floor plans. Because then you get a buyer in there that's like, oh, I didn't realize the kitchen's that way, or the bedroom. Oh, that's not going to work. And then you waste your seller's time, your time. You just waste everybody's time. And so it's like, just spend the $300 to $500 on a floor plan. I know it's expensive, but just spend it. Because then you're going to have more qualified buyers that come to the property. What's this one about? See, now we got a floor plan. This is great. I love it. Down. It's not really proper. It's not really proper access. The garage, the gym, kitchen, closets. It's 3 bedrooms. Interesting. Interesting. I was like trying to figure out how many suites they got in this place. It looks like it's just an office. Let's look at some pictures. Some pastel colors. It's not bad. It's not bad. All right. So what else do we got going on here? Yeah, I've seen the rest of these last week. Yeah, we did that one and this one. This one was still for sale. This one I quite liked. We have in Chilliwack. This is another one I wanted to do a breakdown video on. So, brand new. All right, so you got brand new, 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, AC, gourmet kitchen, RV parking. Includes a 1-bedroom coach, home with laundry, and a 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom suites with laundry with separate entrances. So essentially you have a main living area, which is probably, it says it's 6 beds, 6 baths, 1 bed, it's 4 bedrooms. So 2 bedrooms upstairs. 1, 2, 3, there's like 4 living spots in here. Let's just have a look. And that's a nice kitchen. I like. It's a primary. Like, who doesn't like that? Got your neighbors there. Some nice neighbors. So this is downstairs, obviously. Separate laundry. Some of the bedrooms. Ooh, the coach house. See, that's kind of confusing. We're going downstairs. There's the AC. Shared driveway. It's kind of interesting how they put a plant here. Like, you're supposed to drive like this. Don't quite get it. I don't quite get it. Like what? I guess you just like drive right there. probably trying to save money or something. Like they just like, oh, let's just put some gravel on a plant there. Let's pave all this, but forget to forget to do that. That's funny. Right, so let's run some numbers on this one. Right, so this is those watching now or watching later. This is a house hacking breakdown. I'll make it a little bigger for you first. Some instructions, how to use it, and so depending on what's the situation. Right, maybe, well, starting off here, house, your parents own a home, or somebody owns a home, they're gonna sell it, and then either the parents or the adult kids that are renting, they're gonna be moving together, but they need to figure out like what the breakdown is, the cost that they're currently paying, just to see how much they'd be saving or how much extra it'd cost them. And so in this scenario, this is an old scenario, it's costing them $6,100 a month, and then you factor in, or you start to calculate the cost of this multifamily home. So it would be the cost of, this place here. So you put the purchase price in, down payment, expenses, right? The rent that's generated. So in this situation, I don't know why I put 3,500, but anyways, you figure out the total cost of this versus the total cost of this. And that's going to give you, how much money you're saving or spending extra to do this move. And the other thing I've added recently is the shared savings by sharing in other expenses, right? So internet, cable, Netflix. I just put some random ones here, right? Maybe you're saving an extra $220 by living together. And so it's like, okay, on top of the $55,000 I'm saving a year, I'm saving another $2,500 or $2,640 by living together, because there's going to be some expenses that are eliminated by living together, right? So, that's what you do. So in this situation, let's run it. Let's run the scenario out. This one, I think. Boom. Oh, not sure when you joined, Melanie, but great to see you here. By now, it's no surprise we're talking about multifamily homes, doing breakdowns. So this property here, we can work it backwards, right? It's listed at $1,350,000. And there's going to be GST applies. So $350,000. Say you buy it for the price that they're wanting. Oh, point. No, what am I doing? That's what I'm doing. Plus, so $67,500 in GST, $417,000. We're just going to use these numbers. Now, again, you can negotiate. There's things you can do. Right. So the down payment, we'll figure out. I guess we can do it right now. So in this situation, parents' house was worth. We could just use this example here because this will be correct. This one, anyways. So parents have $700,000 in equity. So we put $700,000. Right. So you're gonna need a $717,500 mortgage. And how I just calculate this out, you can see the little note here. Go online, mortgage calculator. If you don't know your monthly mortgage payment, or you're just running this calculation as an example. So we're just running this as an example because obviously everybody's situation is going to be different. Melanie's right here. Maybe she's still watching. Go talk to her. She's the expert in the mortgage space. I send all my clients to her. So if you see her, Melanie Zed Mortgages. Look her up on Instagram. She's going to be the one that's going to be able to tell you the exact number. This is just some generic number that I find on the mortgage calculator, right? So, disclaimer said, go talk to Melanie. Don't talk to me. Enough said. Anyways, so we're going to go to a mortgage calculator here. It's a lot of numbers. I know. Core and mantle exterior. Thanks for tuning in here. Lots of numbers. It is lots of numbers. But it's the only way that you're truly going to know how everything's going to be working out here. Because I don't know. I find like people just throw their hands up and say it's not going to work. And I'm like, well, have you checked out the numbers? Have you seen what's actually possible? Have you talked to a mortgage broker? Have you done your due diligence to know if it's even possible? So where am I going here? So lots of numbers, but that's why you leave the numbers to people like me or Melanie here, the mortgage lady, to her, because they're going to tell you what's possible and what's not possible. So in this situation, we need a mortgage. And I'm having clients, they're getting around the 4% rate. So I know that's possible. But again, talk to specialists. Talk to Melanie. She'll set you right. Oh, don't do that. Okay. That's what that is. Okay, let's go back. So here. Oh, it looks like we had, this might have been the house already. Yeah, it might have been actually. $2,400 insurance. I think that's reasonable. If you need an insurance broker, let me know. Got somebody as well. Aaron Cho, great gentleman. Gas. So again, these are all guesstimations, but fairly accurate because I'm basing them off my place. The rent. Right, so let's just say you can rent the coach house out. How many suites we got here? What did Buddy say here? Market rent for the whole house is about $7,000 a month. It's insane. 7 G's. Open house. Look, if anyone wants to check this one, I actually want to see this one in person. And I won't have a reason to. So let me know if you want to see this. It'd be fun to check it out. See what's actually going on. But so there's a coach house. Coach house, $1,200. Most likely. There's a 2-bedroom downstairs. It's brand new. You're probably not going to rent that out because you're going to have your parents or your adult kids living in there. So there's going to be another suite, apparently. Another 1-bedroom. It's probably going to be $1,000. Let's just say you're in like $2,200. And if you're wondering where I'm coming up with these numbers, you can just head over to Facebook Marketplace. And I'll just quickly show you here. Marketplace. All right, go to property rentals. Vernon. I'm in Vernon for some reason. So let's go to Chilliwack. All right, boom. Hit apply. And then once it loads, if it loads, maybe. Anyways, map's not loading for some reason, but you just literally just look through here. 1-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,200, 1,300, 1,200. Right, so you might be able to get a little bit more, maybe $2,500 for the coach and the 1-bedroom suite. It's called $2,400. Anyways, this is not loading, but you get the gist of it. That's where I just kind of run my comparables. All right, so $2,500 right there. Let's just Again, this is upper suite, doesn't make sense, but you just plug it in accordingly. Right? So now let's go over here. Adult kids, right? So parents own the property. This is what they're paying, 30, 35, 73 a year, or sorry, a month. Adult kids are renting right now, right? For a 2 or 3 bedroom house, $2,300. Plug in your numbers. Don't just use these numbers, but plug in these numbers. So for this example, like it can even be cheaper, right? Let's do $1,800. Maybe it's a smaller house. Maybe it's $1,500. Let's just be realistic here. Maybe your adult kid is married and has 1 kid. They don't need the big place, right? So $1,700, right? Trying to be as fair as possible, right? So the combined is $5,311. And you go down here, this property is only $2,000 a month. So it's a $3,300 difference, or almost $300. So you're saving yourself 40 grand. And you get a brand new house with rental income. It's gonna be a warranty on this thing. Like, not bad. Right. And then if you factor in, more savings because you're sharing the internet, because you're living in 2 different places, you're both gonna have internet and maybe cable. So there's an expense, right? You have some Netflix, you can have, memberships that you can now save on, bulk grocery shopping, carpooling, right? Now it's like, I don't know, instead of having maybe 3 vehicles, you only need 2. All right, so what's the insurance a year? That's another $1,000, right? So it adds up pretty quick as far as the shared expenses. And so in this scenario, it's like you're gonna be saving 38.6. So now you're saving over 40 G's for living together, and all you had to do was like sell your house, right? But the biggest thing I will be the hiccup is the mortgage, right? Can you afford that mortgage? Again, I'm not the expert. Don't talk to me. Talk to a mortgage broker. So that's a breakdown of what's possible. For those who missed it, this is the house. It's beautiful. All right, enough of coach houses. Let's houses with 2 suites. See what's new. Freehold on strata. Sorry, I just had to look at something. This one's quite something. Let's have a look at this thing. Three-story, offering breathtaking views of West Haverford, most desirable area over 4. It's a big house with 5 bedrooms above and 2 basement suites below, acting as 2 mortgage helpers, featuring 2 gorgeous patios. Dang. Start the car. Let's have a look at this one. That's pretty nice. I don't know about that backsplash though. Any comments on the backsplash? Lots of like Victorian like stuff going on there. That's a nice view. Here's the other one. Got to go. The black. Yeah. I'm glad you agree. I'm sorry I didn't read your message right away, but that's just hilarious. Okay, floor plan. This is amazing. So what we got going on here? We got the entry, kitchen, living room, garage. So this is just like everybody hangs out on the main floor. Upper floor. What we got here? Primary, big bathroom, walk-in closet. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are interesting. Interesting bedroom. You have 5 bedrooms upstairs. You have an entire family you can have upstairs. And then downstairs, yeah, you basically have a 1-bedroom suite with storage. So you have access to the mechanical room, which is nice. It's a huge bonus because like a lot of these a lot of these houses that they put suites in, they're not supposed to have one. Maybe this one didn't either, but they don't have access to the furnace room. And so then you got to like, hey, can I get in there and do the furnace and check it out? And so it's nice that you have access to it. It's a perk for sure. Something to look out for when you're looking at homes. Make sure you can have access to this. It's not the end of the world, but it's nice. And this one's 2 bedrooms. So you'd lock that door. Entrance is there. Window. This one might be kind of dark. This one. Lots of light here. Like, look at that. That's really nice. Window. That's north. Yeah. It's not bad. Right. So in this case, this is what I would do. Shove the grandparents. Kidding. No. You have access, easy access from the upstairs to this suite here. So you'd most likely make this like, you know, your parents or the adult kids would live in here because then they have access to the main upstairs quite easily. This one here, you just rent out. Right? You probably fetch a little bit more money. It's got the nice open light. You got 2 bedrooms, right? $1,600. This one here, you just rent to your parents, the grandparents, or somebody that you know, and then they can just come upstairs sometime. Or this floor here, right? That's what I would do on that property. But it's kind of the same thing, right? Like if you run the numbers on this, right? Okay, you know, how much could I sell or how much my parents' house worth? What are they paying? Okay. What am I paying for rent? Okay, figure that cost out. Okay, what is this house worth? Okay, well, they want 1.6, I think. Okay, well, you can get it for 1.58 or whatever. Okay, what's the down payment bringing over? Because the other thing is too, you have all this equity, but maybe you have some debt you got to pay off, or maybe talk to somebody who knows the numbers or can help you, at least guide you through it. And then you just take the cost of this home. And it's something too where you can even talk to the real estate agent or hey, how much a month does this cost to operate this house? Right? How much water are you paying? How much? So you're not putting down, your best guess as far as costs. Because every town's going to be a little bit different too when it comes to municipalities. They're going to have a different rate. Maybe it's included, maybe it's not. I know Aldergrove. My business partner lives out there. It says water's included in the property taxes. So Cost is going to change depending where you live, but ultimately you just break it down. You figure out what this costs. Okay, I can rent out the 2-bedroom for $1,600. Put that in this calculator here. Okay, boom. Am I saving money or am I not? So I don't mind it. A little location too, real quick. Oh, you're right on the corner. Got the corner lot. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. All right, what else we got here? What else do we have here? No pictures. I love it. $1 million? Abbotsford? These people probably like lowballing it. Be nice if there's some pictures, buddy. It would be nice if you had some pictures. $100 it's worth more than what it's saying. Interesting. House is probably a dump. Okay. I'm curious now. We're going to figure this out. The other thing too, it's potentially like 7 bedrooms, but they're all like very small. Like very small. Sick house. What's the address? 280. Aha. Gotcha. Yeah, $1 million for an old house. What's the year on this thing? 78. Reno year. It's always funny too, because like they'll put like a reno year, 2022, and you look at the pictures and you're like, what reno did you do? Sorry, just laughing to myself here. It's funny. I'm just talking to a camera here, and obviously some of you guys are watching, interacting, but it's just funny talking to a camera by yourself. $5,400 in rent. You know what? I'm curious now. I see if this thing would even like cash flow. So it's $1 million. No one has 200K. Like, let's just see here. Loan amount. What would that be? Just do 850. I think that was 4%. So 4471. 4471. Property taxes, what we got here, boss? Doesn't say. Amazing. Well, my guess would be, yeah, probably around that. So, doesn't cash flow by like $1,500. And that's having 150 grand down for a 1970s beater. Just a, ooh, it's kind of interesting. 1970s beater. Okay. Let's look at one more. Abbotsford. Apprentice, I know exactly where that is. Let's look at Mission here. This is gonna be a brand new house. For those who don't know where this is, Mission. That's an old picture. There's like house. There's lots of houses here. Old picture. Old picture. So what are they saying here? Oh, you know what's funny? I actually went to a listing appointment on this house right here. Yeah, because the house expired and I went and knocked on it. And we never talked again. No, he just didn't want to sell it because he wanted way too much money for it. But this one's been for sale a few times. Who's it listed by? Curious if it's this other realtor that had it listed before, or if they moved on to a new one. If they moved on to a new one, they did. There it is. That's what I remember. Like, it's just nuts, right? Like, July 2023. First sale. It's like, buddy, just drop your price because you're not getting it. But, floor plan? No. Typical. Maybe in here. Let's see. So I'll blow this up. You probably like can't even see the pictures. What if they're claiming it's a brand new house or not? Interesting. Well. Well, we're at the end of the hour here, or close to it anyways, and looked at some good stuff. Hope you found that entertaining, or at least interesting. Looking at multifamily homes, and yeah, the plan is to do this every week. Just look for homes, and then beginning of the month, we'll be also doing market updates as well for both Mission and Abbotsford. And so I've been building out more neighborhood specific market updates, because what'll happen is you'll get like a generic stat here, like, so I can just log into this. And a lot of times, I'll do it later. A lot of times you'll have these market updates. Just change my picture here. There I am. You'll have these market updates that essentially just say townhomes in Abbotsford went up 3%, or the detached market in Mission went down 1%, but it's not specific at all. And so, well, I guess I could show you. You'll have to stay tuned. This beginning of the month. But anyways, I break down the neighborhood specific, each pocket of neighborhood, because every pocket of neighborhood has a different medium home price. And so depending on your price bracket, you might be limited to certain neighborhoods because they're older homes or newer homes. And then you also get to know like the days on market, the list to sale ratio, which is huge, right? Everyone's wondering, okay, if I put an offer on a house, or I see a house listed for that one, like that one right there, 1.7, what percentage is the average or the medium that I can get it less for? And then the other one is, if you're selling, how many days on market does it take to sell a home? And again, because if you're in a different neighborhood, you're in a neighborhood that's like a higher price point, typically it's going to take a little longer because there's less buyers. Not to say it will, but typically it does. It stays on the market for a little longer because it's at a higher price point. And so all this data is very relevant depending what neighborhood you're wanting to buy in. So this generic stats that realtors like myself come out with, it's not really hyper local enough, at least for me anyways. And so I've been building this on the side, and it's almost done. It's working on it. But beginning month, as a recap, we're going to be talking about more of the market here in Abbotsford and Mission. And then throughout the rest of the month, we're going to be looking at multifamily homes, just like we did today. So that's all I got. I got to go book a showing here, and it's going to be a beautiful day. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'm definitely will. That's a sentence. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Again, we're going to be here next week, Saturday, 8 a.m. to bring you hopefully some entertaining and informative content about all things multifamily and the market. Thanks again, and see you in the next one. And I'm going to end the stream right